Welcome to the Full Potential Podcast. I am your host, Nick Wagner Sr.
Super excited to announce a new series on the Full Potential Podcast, all focused on career inspiration. So I'm partnering with Leah Calabria, who is actually going to be interviewing me about a variety of topics to help those individuals looking for jobs or those individuals that have jobs.
Yeah, so I think obviously our first topic should be on networking through LinkedIn, because that's where we met and how this idea came to be. So for myself, I'm excited to be a part of this organization, bringing my 20 years of work experience. So as an employee, as a manager, as a hiring manager. So I've hired temps, entry-level employees, and then some more experienced employees. So I initially had seen your Open to Helping event through a leadership coach that I was working with. So I was trying to develop my own career and had reached out to her, just like blindly scrolling through LinkedIn on a Friday when I was off, and stumbled across that post that she had liked. So it wasn't even that she was sharing it. It just pops up because of the algorithms. And as I was looking at it, I'm like, this is exactly what I've been looking for or looking to get involved in. So I started listening to that, those sessions, and I ended up commenting on one of them. And I did like the patented, like, I should just write in and not be so scared. So I asked a question on there, and you were like, hey, let's, get in contact and get in touch. And then you asked, what I wanted to do. And I said, let me help. And this is where we are. So I want to kind of get your take on the scenario from your side. So how you received that, how that comes over to you. So maybe people won't be so hesitant to reach out when they see people they want to reach out to.
Yeah. So Leah, I think your situation is very, a very common one for a lot of individuals. They're whether it be on LinkedIn, into social media, whether it be wanting to email someone or contact someone for the first time, and they're like, I think I want to do this, but I shouldn't, right? Or they're like, I'll do it tomorrow, and then they never do it. And a lot of people don't reach out or make that first connection because they're afraid of being rejected. I think that's one of the big reasons that people don't actually follow through with some of these ideas. And what I try to explain to people is, of course, there will be times that you reach out to someone to network and they just don't reply. Or they're like, you know what, I really don't have time right now. Maybe we can connect in a few months. That will happen sometimes. And you know what, that's okay. But I will tell you from personal experience, and I've reached out to a lot of people through social media, especially LinkedIn. I have people that I am now friends with that I've met through LinkedIn, and that was the only place we ever met. Right? I know people laugh about that, but that is truly what happened. Most people are really excited to connect with you, and they're really excited to talk with you and meet and discuss, like, hey, what are you working on in your career, or what are you working on in your hobby, or whatever it is that you connect with them to talk about. So what I always try to let people know is you just never know. To your story is a perfect example, Leah, of what reaching out to someone will do, right? So it could lead to you volunteering with that person's nonprofit. It could lead to a job. It could lead to a friendship. It could lead to nothing. You really don't know unless you do it. So my recommendation is, again, if you feel comfortable, reaching out to someone you don't know completely, go for it, right? And then that's what LinkedIn is for. It's very different from Facebook or Instagram, where if you reached out to someone on Facebook that you didn't know and to just say you wanted to network, people might be like, that's a little odd. But LinkedIn is a professional social networking site. That's what it is for. And I can tell you that people reach out to other individuals on LinkedIn all the time for that exact reason, to build their network, to figure out what they want to do next, to get help with something. That happens all the time.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it's a great place to start. So great advice for those who maybe are hesitant to reach out. Do it today. If you have any other topics you want to hear, we want to hear what you guys want to hear about. If anyone is hiring people and having issues in certain areas and want to hear certain topics, reach out to the Full Potential Movement website. And you'll be hearing more of these coming in the next few weeks. Thanks, Nick.
All right. Thanks, Leah. I look forward to these. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Full Potential Podcast. If you'd like to hear more interviews, please subscribe to our podcast on your favorite podcast platform, including Apple Podcasts, Google, and Spotify. You can also connect with us on social media, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And don't forget to check out our website, fullpotentialmovement.com. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing, and be well.